Kamal, hope
Okay.
we are going to get this all the materials also, right?
Yes. We are going to share all the material. We are going to share the recordings as well. Not only session recording, the implementation recording we have as well.
Okay,
We are
great.
going to share the software as well, the license with you. I will explain you. If in case you guys has to like you're planning to deploy this one, because the lab
Mhm.
is only for a week. So if in case you wanted to deploy this product, you guys can deploy on your own machine as well. So you require a VMware and we can create a lab. I will help you with all the software licensing and also you guys can do the deployment as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So now, as I told you, so I hope you guys already know why we required PAM. So we will just quickly go through why we need PAM, why we are planning to deploy. So what CyberArk do or all the PAM product do, they do very basic function. As you guys are working on AD, you know what is privilege account, what are the permission the privilege account have, and what are the permission non-privilege account have. But what CyberArk do, it do a very basic function. It providing you a central location where all your privilege account are present as a database. Because in organization, in AD you only have a domain account. You cannot have local account, you cannot have application account, you cannot have database account. But in CyberArk, I can store all my account. Basically, I'm just storing. I am not doing anything. Account is still present locally on that server, locally on the database. I'm just providing you a central database where all my accounts are there. I know who own that account, who have access to that account. I can do a auditing and I am managing a very basic function, the password rotation. I am not doing anything extra, just the password rotation done by the CyberArk. If you check over here, this is a security layer in every organization have. There, the first layer will be your Symantec product, which is your primary security where your antivirus and other security products are there. Then you have a monitoring layer. In the monitoring layer, you have your SIM tool. If any alert or any attack is there in your organization, those monitoring tool will notify you. So and so attack is there, DDoS attack and the other attacks are there. They will notify you. This is the loophole. They do the keep on scanning your server. This is a kind of vulnerabilities are there. You have to do the patching. So and so patchings are there, available are there. So those things will be done by the monitoring team. Now the third layer which we have, which is our CyberArk layer, which is a privilege account. Now on this privilege account, as I told you, we are just rotating the password. I'm not doing anything. For example, you own one account. I'm going to ask you, can you give me your account details, username, and the IP address where that account is present? I will onboard that account into CyberArk and CyberArk do the password rotation. That's it. CyberArk not going to do anything extra apart from password rotation. But these other tools, Symantec or monitoring tool, they have more function. The Symantec tool can do lot of other things from the helping out with your security layers, deleting that particular threat. Lot of things can be done by Symantec. Your IBM or other Splunk tools can do your network monitoring and it will notify you as well. Okay, this and so patching is available, you have to do that patching and all. So functions are there. Similarly, CyberArk do one of the basic function which is password rotation. Now CyberArk also have other functions as well which we will discuss quickly as well. Okay, now as I told you, there are two types of cloud we have. One is which is a CyberArk P cloud, we call it P cloud, or you can say cloud or anything or privilege cloud. In this one, basically everything, I'm not sure your client is using P cloud or they are using the on-prem version, which we can discuss later. But in this cloud version, which is CyberArk P cloud, everything is deployed on the CyberArk cloud. Means they own the cloud. You are just going to have a console access, which is your web console access. You guys will log into web console. As you guys know, look and feel, you guys will log into web console and you do your basic activity, onboarding and all. Their database, their web console, everything is deployed on the cloud. Only one thing is going to present on your infra, which is the connector. So this connector can connect with your active directory. This connector will connect with the target system. Everything will be done by that connector. So everything will be present on the cloud. That's one of the CyberArk cloud. Now, another way we can deploy. So I have created your accounts already. I will rename. Another way to deploy this one is this way. In AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, I will build the server and we will deploy the product over there. So you can see we have a AD server, we have our database server and other servers also there. So this is another way to deploy the product. Again, we are going to call it cloud. All the products are deployed on the cloud. I can do a hybrid as well. When I say hybrid, my vault will be, my database will be on-prem, which is on the physical server. One server, my web console, can be again on on-prem or it can be on cloud, depend on the requirement, because you have to cover the cloud, you have to cover the on-prem. So you can deploy this product on different location, depend on your requirement. It's not like you have to deploy only on on-prem. It's a hybrid. So I can cover my cloud as well and I can cover my on-prem as well. So guys, any questions?
So, Kamal, we noticed that here we can use a PaaS service. Okay, correct, right? If I'm not wrong, the
Yes,
first part
yes,
is PaaS. So we are going to get only console and everything will be managed by infrastructure then. Another
yes,
part is we go and deploy all the servers in as an infrastructure service, and all the requirement tools and licensing will manage inside that. That is
that's
the
true. Yes,
second option. Third
yes,
option is we can be having a hybrid as well. I mean, so no,
yes,
there are
that,
part of the service will be there in on-premises requirement of the load, how much load is that. The same thing also of some of the load will be there in the or the servers and all the details that will be built on the cloud as well, any of the cloud. That is kind of hybrid you are talking, correct?
yes, that's correct. But
Ah,
again, in hybrid, you're going to own the infra.
yeah,
You
got
have
it.
the
Yeah,
vault infra and you have the cloud infra, so you will own the infra in that
got it.
scenario.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So these are the two ways to deploy. So now let's discuss. Uh, I hope you guys know, when you go on CyberArk P Cloud, which is CyberArk Cloud, everything owned by them. They are responsible to do the upgrade. They are responsible to make sure the licensing and everything is being taken care, because they have the infra. You don't have any connectivity, you only have PWA connectivity, which is web console. Rest of the thing will be taken care. Now when you compare the pricing, definitely this cloud version will cost more. But now most of the client, as you guys are working on Azure, I hope you know most of the client is going on the cloud. Either they have hybrid or they have the cloud, because they can save some money from the infra point of view, from the deployment point of view. Now here, when we deploy this product, the cloud infra, e- one person can do the deployment, because only the connector you had to deploy on on-prem. Rest of the things is already taken care by the CyberArk. Now, CyberArk team will provide a jump start package. Whenever you purchase this product, they give you a package. In that package, there's a vendor support will be there for certain period of time. You have that vendor support. They will help you to do the deployment. So they will explain you, okay, how many connectors are required, how many account you're planning to onboard. So those discussion will be there initially, and they help you with the deployment point of view. So 1 or 2 person can deploy this product. Okay. Now, uh, from the so first let me explain you few architecture on the cloud. Okay. So this is the cloud infra. Okay, this is a basic deployment, a simple one. I'm going with the architecture design. So you can see they have this cloud deployment. Cloud server is there where their vault and everything is deployed. You just need to deploy this connector, which is a Windows and Unix connector is there, and it can connect to the target system. What you have to do, you just need to open two port. One is 1858 from your connector to vault, means from the connector server to the vault 1858, and port 443. By default, in most of the organization, port 443 is already there. So only two port is required. Connected deployment is done, and then you can start the integration. Simple. Now you can go with the multiple site. If in case you have multiple site deployment, so you can deploy multiple connector. You can have your connector A, B, C as well, your Unix connector. So let's say example, we have US and UK, two site. In US, I'm going to, US is my main site and UK is my secondary site. So I will deploy more connector in site one, and site two, I will deploy less connector. Now here the benefit is your PVW is accessible from anywhere because it's on the cloud. Your web console is accessible from anywhere because that one is on the cloud. Rest of the things will be taken care by the connector. So no need to open multiple port. No need to think about, okay, what we have to do. We have to discuss with firewall team, networking team, Windows team. That's discussion not required. Now, so guys, any question on the cloud?
Kamal, I have a quick question. Okay,
Yes.
so basically uh, this architecture, where we have a major two data centers, where some cases, or most of the cases where the customer is globally, uh, uh, his business is running. Okay, so you have a major site, minimum site, multiple. There are many sites are there. In that cases, how do we manage this connectors part?
Okay. So what? So if in case they have many site,
Yes.
so what? So see this. For example, your Facebook. Facebook is accessible from anywhere. Okay. Facebook is there on a Facebook data center. They have the database. I'm just taking a reference. They have. You can open your mobile phone. I can open my mobile phone and I can log in. So your one problem is gone. Problem is uh, that site accessible. Anyone can access my site and anyone can log into my site. That's one thing is gone. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you say the connector part, if for example they have 5 data center, I am going to deploy different connector in all the 5 data center, all the five, and this connector is going to connect with the cloud which is there. So what I have to do, I just need to from site one, I will open the port 1858 with the privilege cloud, and you can see over here I can configure the load balancer as well. So you had to make sure the traffic is open between
Mm-hmm.
all the 5 site. That's one thing we had to take care. Or else what I have to do when I'm going to onboard any account in CyberArk, I had to make sure that there's a CPM which do the password rotation, and there's a PSM. I will explain that as well, who do the recording or help you to connect the account. So you have to make sure you assign. So if I'm onboarding any account which present on site one, I have to assign that particular component to that site one account. That part we had to take care. Or else, if in case we have a load balancer, Load balancer will do the job automatically. You don't have to do that.
So my basic what I was looking is there any, when you are deploying the connector, do you have a minimum gauge for this? Example, so and so accounts, so and so servers. Then you recommend, here we have a data center picture. I understand if you have a 5 data center, definitely each data center have good amount of server accounts, all those things. Okay, but when it comes to there are sites which is minimal number of servers and accounts are an example 100 users, or I can take some cases very minimal. Okay, so in what cases, I recommend, or it's a good practice to go for deploy the connector.
Yeah, sure. I will explain you that one. So there is a server requirement they have. Uh, so first I will show you.
The reason I asked you, where we have the customer where he's running with 4 sites, Frankfurt, Düsseldorf, and Singapore. 3 sites are there. Only they're running with these data centers. Rest all are there. Not, they don't have much other side. Okay. In that cases, I go to each data center, I deploy the connector, and we do this exercise. But some cases, what happens? The business they are running with the small data centers also. I would not even call as a data center.